Tonight, we gather not only to celebrate achievement, but to recognize something much deeper that drives our business community forward, and that is leadership. Leadership is often talked about in terms of vision, strategy, and of course, results, and those things, of course, they matter, but the kind of leadership that truly shapes a community goes beyond titles and balance sheets. It's the willingness to take responsibility when the path ahead is uncertain. It's the courage to make decisions that serve not only today's priorities, but tomorrow's possibilities. Great leaders understand that success cannot be achieved alone. It's built through collaboration. It's built through trust. It's built through a shared commitment to something much bigger than ourselves. They invest in people, they strengthen institutions, and they help create the conditions where others can succeed. In a time when the pace of change continues to accelerate, leadership matters more than ever. Now, the choices made in boardrooms and businesses and in communities across our region will shape the kind of economy and the kind of society that we pass on to the next generation. And that is why evenings like this matter. Tonight, yeah, for sure. Tonight really is about recognizing those who lead with purpose, who contribute to the strength of our community, and who remind us that leadership is not simply about standing at the front, it's about lifting others up along the way. And we are fortunate enough to be part of a business community that is filled with individuals who do exactly that. And tonight, we are really going to celebrate them. We have Walter Pela, the newest member of the Greater Vancouver Board of Trade's prestigious Council of Governors. Walter is the true definition of a collaborator, someone who cares deeply about his community, came to Canada as a boy from Italy, didn't speak a word of English, so I say to you, grazie mille, Walter. Thank you for all you've done for this community. We have Purdy's Chocolatier, represented today by owner Karen Flavel. So impressive. A well-established, Purdy's, as you know, a well-established and beloved BC-based company that has been delighting taste buds and bringing people together through their love of chocolate. And I swear to God, if you don't stick all those little Purdy's chocolates in your bag, I'm grabbing them all up and taking them home with me. She knows I'm addicted to her peanut butter fingers, and in fact, once even sent a box of them to the station. So Karen, I'm indebted to you for my entire life. Thank you very much for that. And of course, Anthony Von Mandel, an extraordinary leader. Absolutely. He put the Okanagan Valley on the map thanks to his vision and his ambition for transforming the beverage industry. And of course, his 2020 Oculus is world-renowned. But if that's not your style, you can crack a couple of White Claws, too. Totally kidding. That's J.W. Marriott water, but it looks like White Claw. Anyway, there are no laws when you drink White Claws. Remember that. So, as you likely know, tonight's event is taking place on the traditional and ancestral territories of the Musqueam, the Squamish, and the Tsleil-Waututh nations, and it is an honor to be celebrating this tonight on their lands. I hold my hands up to you both. Here to provide a welcome is Wilson Williams from Squamish Nation and Nicholas Kofi from the Tsleil-Waututh. Please come up, gentlemen.
Thank you and much appreciated, Chris. So good to see you in person. Hut Squal Tanoyap, Yuan Hothan Squallowin, Chinkumitomi up. Swelchten Queen Quishamin, Skopmashochameoch, Come Alai Ochameoch. just to translate some of the Squamish Nation, the Squamish language that I shared, that I carry. It's such an honor to be here with all of you tonight in such a good way. The energy I felt before I touched that Purdy's chocolate when I came through the elevator doors not only tasted so good, but it perked me up. Not only that, I shared who I am and where I come from. It's a protocol I carry from my great-grandfather, Andy Paul, to always let people know who you are in a good way. My great-grandfather lived here in Sanok in Vancouver, and I shared that, but I also shared how much good feelings I have to be here with all of you. Some of you I know, some of you I've seen and passerby. Some of you we hug because we're more than friends now. We say brothers or sisters. I stand here ever so proudly with my cousin brother, one of Tsleil-Waututh's youngest counselors, a rock star. But I say that because nights like tonight, through all the challenges we face in the world, when we leave our doors of home, whether we carry it out of our homes, the crises in the world, everyday challenges, the barriers we all have to face because we're only human. But there's nights like this where we celebrate, which is rare. And I kept saying to Vanessa beside me, and Walter, and Anthony, Bob Rennie told me to hug you, even though I don't know you yet. It's coming. But with that, we get to celebrate tonight with great people. I want to highlight the gifts that everyone carries as human beings. Some of them are relished, some of them are just thriving and waiting. And we do it for the next generations. We do it because we carry a vision. But most importantly, we carry hope. No matter what's going on throughout the Canadian borders, this hope, the fire we need, needs to keep going on. In such a prestigious room, this is Vancouver's economy. And I hold my hands up to all of you for your strength, especially the wives, especially the husbands, because the matriarchs, the women, carry so much strength. We hold you up. And what I heard Chris Gala say, we use a term in our language, chin chin stwai. In minimal terms, to define it in English, is holding each other up through the challenges, celebrating the good, but doing it together. To stand here ever so proudly to do a welcome, we say Kayachtan Tanoyap, welcome. And I shared in the language, come alai, our people reference, our elders, our ancestors as Vancouver. And with that, Chinquin Mintomi, I'm going to hand it over to dear brother who's going to lift you all up even more as we celebrate honorees. We celebrate the power of Vancouver. I'm biased, but we're driving Canada, right? The most smart people here, don't tell Toronto, the most smart people here are in Vancouver, and I thank you. Chinquin Mintomi up.
Aitsnet, Amtha, Ni Papo Samwa, Nicholas Kofi Konasquich, Talitan Ak Saafnats, Ait Konasqualuin, Kwanzi Kotsnala. Thank you, brother, for the amazing introduction. I won't take too much more time, but in our protocol, it's often starting any celebration with a song and invoking our ancestors and everybody else's ancestors here to celebrate in such a good way. So with that being said, I'm going to share our Slahal song, our Bone Game song, Celebration, so we can get these feelings, started and have a good time.
Nicholas and Wilson, thank you so much for that beautiful introduction. And when you point out the importance of the matriarchs, I just want to say thank you so much for bringing beautiful Kaya tonight. I know that the people who come with plus ones come with people who are up at the podium. They carry a special burden. And so, Kaya, thank you very much for your attendance tonight as well. For sure. All right. As most of you know, the Honorable Wendy Kokia, Lieutenant Governor of British Columbia, intended to be with us this evening, but unfortunately, due to a slight mishap, shooting, and I chuckle and she would laugh that I'm chuckling, it was shooting a football-related promo and she went down hard. So she's slightly injured and can't be with us, but she did send a message for us, so I'm going to read that for you now. The Honorable Wendy Kokia. This is one of my favorite events of the year, but unfortunately, due to injury, I'm unable to attend and recovering at home. I would like to congratulate this year's award recipients and dear friends, Anthony Von Mandel, Karen Flavel, and Walter Pela. I send my very best wishes to everyone. I assure you I am resting, but not enjoying it nearly as much as being here with all of you for what will certainly be an amazing evening celebrating chocolate, wine, and tax advice. So thank you very much, Your Honor, for that message. I really appreciate it. I know the folks in the room do too. Get well soon. We wish her a very smooth and speedy recovery. I would now like to invite the Mayor of the City of Vancouver, Ken Sim, up to the stage. Come on up, Ken.
Well, that was an interesting picture. Good evening, everyone. How's everyone doing tonight? Woo! Look, it's really great being here tonight with business owners, entrepreneurs, people that really drive our economy. Like this is sort of, this is our crew here. Now, before I do get started, I do want to thank the Greater Vancouver Board of Trade for bringing us all together here tonight. As we know, this gala has become an incredible annual tradition, one that gives us a moment to pause, reflect, and recognize what leadership really looks like in our community. And so, we're celebrating three incredible individuals. Three incredible individuals, but also an organization as well. Today, or this evening's honorees, Anthony Von Mandel. You can clap. From incredibly humble beginnings to bringing, Mike's Hard Lemonade to the world, Mission Hill, White Claw. I think of, the impact you've had on generations. When I was growing up, Mike's Hard Lemonade was pretty cool, let me tell you. There's nothing under here, unfortunately. And then I think of my kids now and they're like throwing back White Claws. So we've come full circle on this, and it is pretty incredible. You've really put BC on the map, and the opportunities that you've created for so many people, just absolutely fabulous. And Karen, you and your family, and Purdy's, just an incredible organization. You've brought, we can clap for Karen and Purdy's as well. Actually, this is more about me going down memory lane here, this whole speech here. Growing up, I remember living on Ash Street, one of the many rentals that my parents lived in when we were bouncing from place to place, and we would walk from 49th and Ash up to Oak Ridge, the original Oak Ridge before all the renovations. And my sister and I, we'd split a pirate pack, and I know Ron's in here. And then we would go and we would get those little happy, smiley face chocolate suckers. Do you still have them, by the way? Yeah. Back in the day, I think they were 10 cents. And no, they were. And my sister and I shared one, okay, because we only had 10 cents. And just the lifelong memories that you and your family and Purdy's has created, not just for me, but I'm sure everyone in this room has a story. It's pretty incredible. And it doesn't stop there. Karen, years ago, Purdy's was incredibly generous to allow our team at one of the companies that we operate, to bring our team down and see lean manufacturing in action. And so you've had an impact on us as well. So just incredibly thankful for you. Walter Pela, or Wally. Wally. By the way, I only found out about a year ago that Wally hates me calling him Wally. But he calls me Kenny Sims, so that's okay. We've known each other for a long time. We actually went to school together, UBC Faculty of Commerce, when it used to be called the Faculty of Commerce and not the Sauder School of Business. That's how far back we go. We articled together at KPMG. We've known each other for a very long time, but I actually didn't know you were Italian until about 15 years ago. So anyways, Wally is a dear friend, a mentor, a business leader. He has done so much for the community just through all his work at KPMG, but also through the Greater Vancouver Board of Trade and all his charitable work. It's actually quite hilarious to see where you've come to, because I knew you back in university, and the odds, I should have put a $10 on that one. I'd be as rich as Anthony Von Mendel, let me tell you. He's going to get really mad at me after. Anyways, look, there are two things I do want to close with. I think everyone knows that we at the City of Vancouver, our administration, we are a pro-business, pro-prosperity, pro-hard work, pro-opportunity administration. And we also have lived experience. We know how hard it is to do business in the city and this province in our country. And so there are two things I want to say. First of all, for everyone in this room, thank you for all the opportunity you create, and thank you for not giving up on Vancouver and BC and this province, because it's easy and other people do. And by being in this room and what you do for us, it's absolutely amazing. And so I want to, thank you for everything you do. And finally, I do want to, on behalf of the City of Vancouver, acknowledge the three incredible individuals that are getting recognized tonight. You're truly fabulous, and we're lucky that you have decided to call Vancouver home. So thank you.
Great job. Thank you very much, Mayor. And I'm sure a lot of people in the room share your dream of bringing a Major League Baseball team to Vancouver as well. I like that one. I will say, though, if they play like the Jays, forget it. Because so far this season, they've sucked. I'm not giving up on them. I'm just venting a little bit. They lost again tonight. We love the Jays. Mariners too. I get it. We appreciate so much you being here today. Tina, thank you very much for coming as the +1. Like I say, it's a lot of heavy lifting, and we're so glad you're both here, and we really can appreciate the work that you're doing at City Hall. Speaking of hard work, on your behalf, it is my pleasure to call up someone you all know very well. She needs no introduction, but I'll do it anyway. Our President and CEO of the Greater Vancouver Board of Trade, please welcome Bridget Anderson. And now, before she takes a seat, we can cheer. First, though, before she gets here, let's have a look back at what Bridget and the team have been up to over the last 12 months. Take a look.
Good evening, everybody. Well, it has certainly been quite a year, as you can see from that video. And it is my pleasure to welcome you all tonight on behalf of the Board of Directors, the management, and the staff at the Greater Vancouver Board of Trade. Last year, standing on this stage, I spoke about geopolitical uncertainty and the challenges shaping our world. At that time, it felt like we were navigating an unusually turbulent moment. Yet if this past year has taught us anything, it is that change now moves faster than ever. Since this time last year, Canadians elected a new Prime Minister against a backdrop of significant change in the United States. And the resulting economic ripple effects are still being felt in boardrooms and communities across Canada and around the world. Questions around affordability, productivity, and economic competitiveness remain top of mind for businesses across our country as we continue to witness shifting global supply chains and new technologies shaping industries. But moments like this also remind us of something important about Canada. When the world becomes uncertain, Canadians tend to pull together. Over the past year, we have seen a renewed sense of national confidence and pride. We have seen people make a conscious effort to support Canadian companies, Canadian workers, and Canadian innovation. And here in British Columbia, we are uniquely positioned to lead in that moment. We are the gateway to North America and the Indo-Pacific. Our natural resources, technology sector, talent, and our growing global connections place us in a unique position to help shape Canada's economic future. That is why the Greater Vancouver Board of Trade has continued to push forward with our agenda for economic growth. Our focus is clear: policies that improve competitiveness, unlock investment, and ensure our region remains one of the best places in the world to start, grow, and scale a business. Because strong businesses create strong communities. They generate jobs. Yes. They generate jobs, opportunity, and the prosperity that allow governments to deliver on the services that people depend on. And while politicians campaign for votes, apologies to you, Ken Sim, we will continue campaigning for ideas, for policies, and for projects that strengthen our economy and secure a brighter future for the next generation. We have been leading the charge against new taxes and costly economic policies. And many days, let me tell you, it feels like an uphill battle. Thanks to your support, we are launching a new campaign against the expansion of the PST. We are calling on the BC government to stop the squeeze and restore BC as a global destination for investment. Looking ahead to the FIFA World Cup tournament, which is less than 2 months away, our region will once again show the world what it can do as we welcome thousands of visitors from around the world and continue to build on that momentum. We will place our region firmly on the global stage in the years ahead. And we are reminded that our city is not only a great place to live and work, it is the place that the world is paying attention to. But none of this work happens with the support of the people in this room. The Greater Vancouver Board of Trade is at its core a community of leaders who cares deeply about the region and its future. Your engagement, your leadership, and your willingness to step forward and contribute are what gives this organization its voice and its impact. Thank you for all that you do. I am extremely grateful. And speaking of community leaders, I would like to extend my sincere congratulations to tonight honorees. Anthony, Karen and the team at Purdy's, and Walter, thank you. Walter? I think it's Walter is going to stick with me. Thank you for your example that you set, for your leadership, vision, and contributions. You have all made a lasting impact. I would also like to thank our Board of Trade pillar partners. They include Air Canada, YVR, BCIT, TELUS, CN, and RBC. Their continued partnership allows the Greater Vancouver Board of Trade to advance the work that we do on behalf of the business community, and we are deeply grateful for their support. And last but certainly not least, celebrations like this require the generosity of many, and I'd like to take this opportunity to recognize the many, many supporters of this year's Governor's Gala and Rick's Awards. Please turn your attention to the screens.
The Greater Vancouver Board of Trade would like to acknowledge and thank the sponsors of the 2026 Governor's Gala and Rick's Awards for their generous contributions. They are Rick's Award sponsor, the Jim Pattison Group. Presenting sponsor, National Bank. Reception sponsor, Concord Pacific Development Corp. Governor's Circle, CN, Air Canada, RBC Royal Bank. Visionaries, TELUS, KPMG, Scotiabank, Polygon Homes, Beatty, McLean Group. Community Champions, BCIT, Langara College, YVR, Low Tide Properties, Ferris, Osler, Deloitte, Anthem Properties, Bosa Properties, The H.Y. Louis Company, MNP, NeighborhoodLiquor.com, BC Children's Hospital Foundation, Ellis Dawn, Primaris REIT, Boyden, Macmillan, Acuitas Therapeutics, St. Paul's Foundation, Destination Vancouver, UBC Sauder School of Business, Pomerleau, Faskin, Life Labs, Taymor Industries, Shell, Kingswood Group, Shadow Holdings, TD Bank Group, Tom Lee Music, Qantas Airways. Official winery, Mission Hill Family Estate. Official chocolatier, Purdy's Chocolatier. Media partner, Global BC. Event partner, One Group Agency. And the Community Builders. Once again, thank you to all of this evening's sponsors.
Now that is a business community. Thank you so much. Net proceeds from tonight's celebration go towards the Greater Vancouver Board of Trade's advocacy initiatives and programs. Your support means a great deal and enables us to do the work that we do throughout the year, ensuring that our region continues to be a great place to live, work, and play. And as an aside, I just have to say, as I was having so many conversations with you this evening, it really was just, I think, good fortune that we managed to come to a theme of chocolate and wine together on one evening. I just want to take a moment again to say thank you to Anthony and to Purdy's, because the pairing is just so beautiful. Thank you.